Hello everyone, myself Alam. The name of this project is Simple Linear Regression with Scikit-learn in Python. So what exactly is simple linear regression? Simple linear regression is a statistical model which allows us to summarize and study the relationships between exactly two continuous variables. For the first variable, it is denoted by x and also called predictor, explanatory, or an independent variable. As for the second variable, it is denoted by y and also called response outcome or dependent variable. Why the word simple in simple linear regression? Simple linear regression gets its adjective simple because it concerns the study of only one predictor variable. What is the meaning of the word regression here? Regression refers to a quantitative measure of relationship between one or more independent variables and a resulting dependent variable. Regression is of use to professionals in a wide range of fields from science, public service to financial analysis. So, what is the best fitting line? At some point in our education, we all were probably shown a scatter plot of x and y data, and we're asked to draw the most appropriate line through the data. So let's now define the line of best fit. Line of best fit refers to a line through a scatter plot of data points that best expresses the relationship between those points. The statisticians typically use the least squares method to arrive at a geometric equation for the line. So this is an example for the scatter points and the line of best fit going through them. So what is scikit-learn? Scikit-learn is a free machine learning library for Python. It has simple and efficient tools for predictive data analysis, is accessible to everybody, and is reusable in various contexts. It is built on NumPy, SciPy, and Matplotlib, and also features various algorithms like support vector machines, SVM, random forests, and k-neighbors, etc. It is open source and commercially usable. Now let's move on to the explanation part of this. So this is a regression task, and in this we are about to predict the percentage of marks that a student is expected to score based upon what? Based upon the number of hours he studies. And this is a simple linear regression task which involves just the two variables. Python scikit-learn library for machine learning can be used to implement the regression functions. The very first task we do is of importing. What we import are pandas, numpy, and matplotlib.pyplot. So let's run the cell. So importing has been done. The next thing we do is load the data. First, in a variable, we store the Windows file path of the file we want to load. The name of the file is student scores and the type of the file is comma separated values, that is .csv. Since it is of type CSV, we use from pandas.read underscore CSV to load the data, the file. And to display the file, we can directly write the name of the data frame. And let's run the cell now. So what we observe here, the data frame or the tables, the table including the hours and scores, uh, the student scores file has been loaded. Now it's pretty long, as you can observe. So for our convenience, we will use dot head method. It helps us to display initial few rows of the table and not like complete table. So let's run the cell. So now you can see the by default first 5 rows of the table has been displayed. The next task is of plotting the data points. To plot the data points, we use dot plot, and the parameters are the x-axis as hours, y-axis as scores, and the style type we want is GO. This is not go, this G stands for green and O is like we want bullet points in the plot, so I have used O. And the X label is the name of the x-axis you want is hours, and the Y label is the name of the y-axis you want, that's scores, and the title of the overall plot is the score distribution plot. So let's run the cell and see the output. So you can see green bullets have been plotted in this plot, and you can also change the color by changing G to B. It obviously will make the plots as blue, and O you can make it, let's say, plus. So let's see what the effect is on the output now. So you can see the color has been changed from green to blue, and the bullets have been changed to plus sign. So let's better go back to the original one, GO, and run the cell. Okay, this is done. And also from the graph or the plot above, you can see a positive linear relationship between the number of hours studied and the percentage of score. The next task is of preparing the data. To in this, actually we are dividing the data into attributes and labels. To do so, I have used two variables, x and y. We are storing the values in here using .ilog from pandas. So now let's run the cell. And the very next step is to split the data into training set and the test set. And to do this, we will use scikit-learn's built-in method, which is called train test split. So for in this cell, the first thing we do is from scikit-learn.model selection, what we import is the method train test split. So these are the four basic variables. Like the first two is for the training set, and the next two is probably for the test set. So we have xtrain, xtest, ytrain, and ytest respectively. And this is the method we are calling, and these are the parameters. The x values we already defined earlier, the y values, the test size is 20%, and the random state is 0. So let's run the cell now. Okay, now let's check the values assigned to each of these variables. So when I run this cell containing xtrain, you can see the array that has been assigned to xtrain. Then we can see the array that is assigned to xtest, then followed by ytrain. These are the values inside the array for ytrain. Similarly for ytest as well. Let's run the cell. Okay, these are the values stored in ytest. Now let's move on to our next task of training the algorithm. Now by now we have already split our data into training and testing sets, and now is finally the time to train our algorithm. The training of the algorithm will take place in this cell. So first thing we do is from scikit-learn.linear model, we import the linear regression. Then we do our instantiating activity by defining a variable called regressor and assigning it linear regression. Then regressor.fit and giving the values xtrain and ytrain helps us train the algorithm. Now to confirm that our algorithm has been trained, we print training complete. So let's run this cell. So our training is complete now. The next task is of plotting the regression line. For plotting the regression line, we define a variable line, and we assign to it regressor coefficient multiplied by x plus the regressor intercept. If you observe very closely, then you will be able to observe that this line that I have defined is actually uh, uh, in the form of y is equal to mx plus c, where this c is the intercept, and this m is the coefficient, and this is the representation of the line. Then the next task is to plotting the test data. First we use dot scatter for the plotting, and then we plot the regression line. We use dot plot, and the parameters we give as x, and the line we defined previously in the initial part of the cell. And we also have to use this colon, semicolon, and then to show the final plot of the scattered points and the formation of the line in the plot, we have to use dot show. So now let's run the cell. So I will run this cell, and you can see the regression line, or the line of best fit among the scattered points which I plotted. So our next task is to make predictions. Now that we have trained our algorithm, it's time to make some of the predictions. The prediction will be made on the test data. So let's see what this test data is first, what this test data has. So these are the values contained in the test in the form of arrays in the x test. Now we are passing this x test as a parameter to regressor.predict, so that we have the prediction value. And when we have the prediction value, we are storing that prediction value to ypred, representing the y prediction. And to display the predicted value, we just write ypred, and then we run the cell. After running the cell, you will find the predicted values for the x test values we displayed earlier. Now let's compare the values. Like, you have displayed them separately. Uh, uh, like in the previous table, the original table, you can find like the original values of R's and scores. And now these are the predicted values after making our prediction. So to compare them, we will be creating a data frame using pandas called compare data frame, and we will be having actual data and the predicted data that we predicted. So now let's display the data frame for comparison. And here you can actually make the comparison, like 20, 27, 69, 30 and 62. These are the actual score, and the predicted score is like 16 and 33, 75 something, 26 and 60 something. So there is some difference between the actual and the predicted value. It's not very accurate, but it's not pretty bad as well. So let's move to the next task. Next task is of testing our data with our own, testing the model we created with our own data. Let's say our data is the number of hours. Let it be 9.25 hours. Let's say if there is a student studying 9.25 hours, what probably could be his score then? So we make a variable own prediction to store the predicted value for this number of hours. So we use regressor.predict, and as a parameter we pass the 9.25 hours, and then we print the number of hours he spent studying and the predicted score that he will score after studying these number of hours. So let's run the cell. So what we observe in the output is the hours spent is obviously 9.25 that we mentioned, and the predicted score, the score he will probably score in the examination after studying 9.25 hours is 93.691 something. Okay, then the last task is of evaluating the model. The final step is to evaluate the performance of algorithm. This step is particularly important to compare how well our algorithm performed on the particular dataset. For simplicity here, we have chosen mean square error to cross-check how well our algorithm performed. And apart from mean square error, there are other methods as well, but let's go with this simple mean square error way. In statistics, mean absolute error is the measure of errors between paired observations expressing the same phenomenon. So to do this type of comparison, let's see. First of all, we import from scikit-learn the metrics. Then we print the mean absolute error. From metrics, we use dot mean absolute error, and then we pass the y test and y predicted, y test values and the y predicted values, and then we make the comparison. Let's run the cell. You can see approximately the mean absolute error is around 4.183859899.